Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. We are excited here on the program to start talking about things that will keep you going outdoors, especially when they're made locally, which is why I'm excited to have Tony Pavlantos here, as well as Steve Wilde. They are founder and co-founder of a very new and very exciting new multi-tool, among other things. And I want to welcome you both to the show. It's great to have you here.
Thanks for having us. Thanks.
So first of all, the company is Prival.
Yes.
Right? And not only a multi-tool, but all kinds of things to survive the outdoors.
Yeah.
And you've been proving that. We're going to talk about that in a moment. But start by telling me the origin of the company. How did this come about?
Prival came about, about 7 years ago. I was designing an avalanche safety kit, avalanche probe and shovel for the backcountry. Kind of a little unique, compact kit, and transitioning from being a professional snowboarder to just solidifying my role as a career in the outdoor industry.
Yeah.
So that was kind of my goal there, and then all kinds of product ideas have been sparking and bringing Steve. Steve and I have a unique relationship from Ruth's Diner, a local restaurant that we both had to pick up a job at while we were starting up this business, and actually all of our founders are met at Ruth's, which is pretty cool.
Wow.
And yeah, so we have like a local tie there, and some great passion. Steve's super outdoor advocate, father, amazing dude. Mark Long, our other founder, is a philanthropist starting a hospital in India for at-risk women called the Hope House. So it's Head First Development awesome. Is another project of his. So we bonded together to make this hopefully American-made, everything is American-made, and kind of a superpower outdoor company.
That's really neat. Meeting at Ruth's Diner. As they say, whenever you're doing something that you're passionate about like this, you got to have a real job, right?
Right.
I guess that was the real job. You guys all met and hung out.
Slinging biscuits and gravy, that was kind of my real job, and this is what I did it was.
I like it. Well, this has been, as you said, something that's been coming for a while. These ideas that have been out there for you, waiting for you to put them together. Let's talk about some of them, because you're putting them to use, real use. You're living outdoors right now. You've been out there. The total will be what, 10 days altogether?
Yeah. So Prival's core values are products, which is our production of our physical products, and then our philanthropy is how we involve the local community and other communities abroad, sure. And our corporate social responsibility of how we maintain production ethically and responsibly, and then our education. So our education platform ties directly into all of our tools. So this is the NWS you have here in your wallet? Yeah, so the NWS Firestarter multi-tool. It's a little multi-tool that will can store in your wallet, and the concept is pitchwood. So pitchwood is what happens when a lightning strikes a pine tree, and the terpenoids come out of the roots to try and heal that wound. So it makes a very strong smelling yellow sap induced wood, and so our wood business card is made out of that. You can shave it with the multi-tool that can be used for hundreds of different things, and it has a fire striker, so you could light a fire in any situation. And the concept of bringing that into an education platform was, this needs to be tested, this needs to be proved. So I want to show people some things that I've learned at a higher end level education in the wilderness and when surviving. So I decided to go out during my Kickstarter campaign for the company. So this is on Kickstarter right now, and you can go get the live updates of the days while I was in the backcountry. So I go through tips on where I'm sleeping, how I'm making fires, how I'm obtaining water, and stuff like that.
So we see everything, the basics of how you're doing things.
Yeah, the basics.
That's cool.
So I brought a day pack, no sleeping bag, no tent. I started the 29th of October. I made it all the way up until 2 days ago, and then I regrouped for the Utah Avalanche Center's Snow and Avalanche Workshop to get some education of my own as I was entering back into the city, and then headed back up. And then ultimately, I did pull the plug on the high ridgeline traverse because of what happened to my body over the last 8 days.
Yeah.
So it was strenuous, and sleeping in the cold and trying to make these unique beds, and
because you said you didn't take a sleeping bag, not even a blanket.
Nope. So the Prival travel yoga mat has a topographical map of Little Cottonwood and Big Cottonwood Canyon screen printed onto it.
That's cool.
It's made here, and I brought that travel bivy pad. So that yoga mat can be used as a bivy pad. That was what I was sleeping on, and other than that, I found a huge pine tree that a squirrel had shucked pine shells, and it made a big pile, so I put it up into like a foot-high pile the night it snowed a week ago. I made a nice bed, shoved a trash bag full of pine cones, so I had dead airspace for insulation.
Nice.
Put that over me and lit a fire, and that kept me through the night. Found some local hunting shelters and that were just like makeshift tree forts and caves. I jumped into a pine bush one night on the top of the ridge because it was a nice, floated off the ground, big old bushy pine. So I just threw the pad in and jumped in, and it surrounded me and kept me warm through the night.
It feels like you've kind of become pretty connected with where you've been staying and with nature.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is trying to feel comfortable in any situation. That's really hard. You get these psychological, it's like Maslow's law of hierarchical of needs, right? Like your certain needs that you need psychologically to feel comfortable, and that survival is that lowest. And getting stuck in that survival mentality is really stressful. And so trying to bring myself out of it, one way that brought me out of it really easily was I was live feeding all of this on social media, so I can see Steve posting a comment, and then my mom posting something. So it's like a connection to the world. So then I kind of up that psychological debilitation into a comfort zone, which in many ways I don't feel is cheating or anything. It's just it is a way how I can bring it into the community and for them to see it.
Yeah, knowing that people are there supporting you, that does a heck of a job making somebody feel more comfortable.
Totally,
right?
For sure.
Steve, let's talk about the gear here and also your relationship with this guy. He's tough. This guy, he's out there.
Well, it was fun to watch. I would be.
You want to smell my dirty socks from 10 days?
Yeah.
The 10 days of dirty socks.
They don't smell too bad. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, it was fun to watch. My little boy Charlie and I would watch live feeds of Tony, and I've known him for almost 8 years now, 9 years, and just to be able to learn and to see what he was doing, I was like, oh, how do you start a fire that way, or you're sleeping on what? And so it was kind of like a nightly thing. Instead of watching, reality TV, this was a true reality show for us. And Charlie and I would just sit there and watch and see just Tony do some amazing things. And this is just the beginning of what he's done. He's done some crazy things, like bike from here to up to Yellowstone and took a trailer behind him, and it's basically what he does. He's one of those guys that just practices what he preaches. Yeah. He doesn't just go halfway. He goes full out and does what he's passionate about.
And out there proving out the products. Right. We have just a minute or two, so I want to talk about the products that we have here. So what's in front of me?
So that's that's a newly designed kind of a first aid kit that we just rolled out with. All of our units that we make, we try to have as much function as we can with taking the least amount of space. So this multi-functions as a first aid kit, but then we have a splinting device on the outside, so you can use it as a splint on your wrist or elbow.
That's smart.
And we kind of implement those into all of our cases. The daily kit that Tony talked about a little bit earlier, it's a full, you wear it all the time. Now, a question that we wanted to answer is, how could we be prepared in a side country even? A lot of people have their beacon on, but they duck a rope or something and not be prepared. And
you gotta have some basic stuff.
Yep, and so what we wanted to do is have an avalanche shovel, a probe, and everybody wears a beacon already and have no excuse to not have it. So we wear this under our coat. Tony has it on his boot. And it's just a way to be fully prepared at all times. You never know when something like that's going to happen. I mean, people, Park City obviously know that, and
Yeah,
been in the area.
it's
So.
critical,
Yeah.
in those situations.
And not just to have the units, to be able to know how to use them is also one of the things that we really focus on. We don't want to just sell you a kit and then have you go out in the wilderness and not know how to, and not know how to use it. So one of the early concepts of our education platform was to just show people how to use our products, and that evolved into a companion rescue course, and then we'll later on turn
that
into
probe out.
Yeah, so that's a full-length probe, 260 centimeters. And that also, it's half the size, each unit or each length is half the size of a normal section of other probes.
Oh, nice.
And that helps for compactability as well as it strengthens the probe. So
This is really terrific.
And we have companion rescue courses and CPR courses on our website, privalusa.com. We teach avalanche safety here in the Wasatch, and so it's a great class to get snap all each of those together.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, so the concept is know how to use your tool, and so we teach about how to use our products. We have the merino wool face mask, we have the merino wool socks. You can get the whole package as a bundle, including the pack on our Kickstarter, or you can get the multi-tool fire starter with individual of these. So, we're really excited. Everything's handcrafted in Utah, manufactured right here. So,
And just the beginning of the ideas that are in those heads right there.
Yeah.
Lots more coming. Well, guys, I want to thank you so very much. To get more information about it, we showed a couple of the websites, but including the Kickstarter. Where can they find more about the company?
you can go to facebook.com, put in Prival USA. It has a lot of Tony's live feeds over the last week, and then it also has some videos that explain some of our products. And
That's great.
You can also go to Instagram at Prival_USA. Yeah, we really appreciate you having us on.
Absolutely, it's great to have you guys here. Always fun to see some new product, especially that made by entrepreneurs like yourself right here in Utah. I can hardly wait to see what you do next. Take him with you next time.
Okay, I try.
Needs a little time
really
out there,
try.
I think.
Just for the good looks. I mean, what else can I do? Right?
All right. Well, we've got a lot more coming up where this came from. Next, we've got some bags as well. So also thinking entrepreneurs from Utah with that. Right after these messages right here on the Mountain Morning Show.